So some of you are probably like, weren't you just here a second ago, Earl? And that's the case. But I had to put my children to bed, and so I knew I couldn't just go ahead and sort of telescope that informational video with this one, so I'm just starting a new one. I am Earl. This is Tabletop Baseball Plus. We're focusing on the plus yet again. It's been a pretty heavy dose of golf from my end of the channel here, and we're going to try over the next week or so to finish up the Tenacious Golf Tour. We're in the final 2 tournaments. Tonight we're going to start and simulate the first 3 rounds of the Potomac Playoff Classic from Federal Country Club, better known as Bethesda. It's the blue course. It's a par 71 track. Purse for this, $8 million. The target score, which I did because I don't think there are any tournaments currently that are staged at Congressional. So what I did is I used my Slacker Tour mechanism, which is I take 5 D6s and then I add the roll together, and I got -13. So I just add them up. That's the negative score that you get in relation to par. And so for a par 284, which would be a par for a 71 course over 4 rounds, that leaves you with a target score of 271. That's what we will be targeting. We have 70 golfers that qualified. That's where the cutoff is in the current rankings. I already have that done. It's just a matter now. So we don't have a cut because 70 is too few to really have a good cut. So, and that's just the way they do it on the real tour. They don't do a cut. Everybody plays all 4 rounds, unless you get injured or something. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and play out the 3rd round in theory, and we're not going to use an outstanding golfer set because we don't have any way to determine that. We're just going to go ahead and do it the same old way we usually do, as doing the cut rounds. We'll do it that way. I mean, we use the 3rd round chart, but we're going to use 8 piles instead of. We're going to use 8 random piles instead of the 7 regular and the outstandings on top of that. So, this is always a little bit awkward. I think I'm just going to do this a little differently. I'm just going to put on top of these cards so that way you can see them. And that way I can have a little more room for these guys. Okay, so these are my 70. Mix them up a bit, and then we'll try and divide them into 7 piles. And again, this time I am going to go ahead and draw off the top. I'm trying to save a little bit of time here. And well, you know what? We have 70, and you divide that by 8. That's about 11, right? Well, no. $70 divided by 8 would actually be closer to 9. 9 times 8 is 72. So what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to divide them up. So they should end up in about piles of about 9 each. Okay, so take these and we're just going to go boom, boom. Just made a mockery of that pile. There we go. And that's pretty rough, but it'll work. Okay, so we've got our 8 piles, and let's start with this one right here. 14, top golfer contends with A, others finish with C. No perk or issue. So the top one. Samir Webb is a 4B. 3B for Jae-Gun Woo. He would be the top one so far. Denny Rowetter is also a 3B, so they're going to tie for the Ellis Moberly 3C no. 3B Will Janis. 2A Evan Aldrich is going to knock those guys out. 3B Smokey Novak. Another 3B Susheng Tien. 2B Adam Trenchard, nope. Justin Wallace 2A. Okay, so we've got we need the D2, the decider die. Will it be Evan Aldrich or Justin Wallace? Evan Aldrich is no. Justin Wallace is no. So we're going to do it again. Evan Aldrich, no. Justin Wallace, no. Evan Aldrich, yes. Justin Wallace, yes. Evan Aldrich, no. Justin Wallace, yes. So Wallace will be A. Evan Aldrich, B+. And the rest finish with C. Yeah. There we go. Okay, pile number 2. 15 this time. Draw golfer contends with A. That's going to be Ji-Gun or Ji-Woon Ko. 15, and he will get a tourney, perk, or issue. Then the top golfer gets to A-, so we'll take a look at these. Gareth Leonard, a 1B, is currently the leader. 2C for Abdel Youssef, 2B. Shinji Kanishi, no. Dave Simanowicz Jr. John Reisner, 3B. 2C, CJ Hope. 2A, Mateo Soto. Gary Zakowski, 3C. So these guys are going to finish with C-. Gareth Leonard goes to A- as the top golfer. Okay, pile 3. 34. Top golfer contends with A-. Low golfer contends with D-. We'll put the top golfer for now right down there. It's going to be Tom Sudbury to start. Then we get Todd Ahrens, currently low. Probably won't be that way for long. Kabahara, low. Rance Aberley will knock out Sudbury. 3A, Ian Robards. 4B, John Hudspeth. 4A, Zephaniah Scott. They will 34 is contend with B+, so they will go here. Hudspeth and Kabahara are at D-. They have a bad tournament, and top golfer contends with A-. That's Aberley. Gotta move these guys down a bit. Pile 4. 13. Draw golfer contends with A+. That's going to be Danny Gallatin. He gets a perk. Or issue. Top golfer contends with A-. So got Makai Berry. Jeremiah James. Myung Cho will knock those two guys out with a 2A. 3B, Eddie Sykes. 1B, Gil Granbury is going to knock Cho down. They will finish with C+. Granbury will contend with A-. Okay, so now let's move these guys right up here. Pile 4. This is one of my custom cards. I can see it. So 3, that's going to be draw golfer again, contends with A+. That's going to be Rudy Wallace, and he'll get a perk issue. Top golfer gets A-. Yarlet. Alvestad, no. Yielding will knock out Yarlet. Foshi, Kieran, Hockel, Stevenson, Emmerich, and Demelmeyer, Magellanes, Celestino Garcia. They will all finish with C+. Dustin Emmerich will start at A-. Oops. Whoa. Yeah, there we go. Pile number 6, 26. Draw golfer contends with A-. That's going to be Connor Messick. And everybody else finishes with B- on 26. So it's going to be Sterling, Killo, Wilborg, Saxerholt. Yunli Song ends up in there. Newcomb, Merida. So some big names in that pile. We've got a lot of guys at A- right now. Here comes, so what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. If we get 2 out of one of these, we won't need any of the B+ guys. So here comes pile 7, 36. Top golfer contends with A-. So who will the top golfer be? New. There's Van Dyke, 1C, Honorado, Copeland, Fonseca. 1B is going to knock Van Dyke. That's Heath Sommers, Westinghouse, Yamasaki, Palmiro Cavallari, and then another 1B, Trent McAdams. So these guys, 36. The low golfer finishes with D-. That will be the 3C of Yamasaki. That's the other pile, never mind. And then these guys finish with C-. So, all right, so now we've got to figure out who's going to be at B+ and who is going to be at A-. Sommers is yes. McAdams, yes. Sommers, yes. McAdams, yes. Sommers, yes. McAdams, yes. Sommers, yes. McAdams, yes. Sommers, yes. McAdams, no. It took a little longer than I expected. Okay, final roll from this pile here. 11, top golfer gets A+ and a perk. Others will contend with B+. LaSalle Jr., 2C, 3B, Hirano, 3A, Kimes. So it's still going to be LaSalle Jr. We have not seen Rodell yet. There's Benicio Vasquez, Carlos Solari. He ties with LaSalle. This has to be Rodell, right? Yep. We hadn't seen him. He will get a perk or issue. These guys will contend with B+. All right, so we got 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're 1 short. So if it's yes, it will be a draw. If it's no, it will be top. It's yes, so we will draw out of this pile. 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I'm just going to get a random D20 out of my bag. Here we go. 1 to 12. It's 19. That's not going to cut it. 20 won't either. 13 won't either. 16 won't either. 1 will. Evan Aldrich. So he will be at B+. And the rest of these guys will be also at B+, but they're not going to get their score determined, and they will have the chance to be emerging contenders. Alright, so I'm going to put them underneath the B+ for now. And I'm going to pack up the rest of these guys. Quiet night on the channel. It's good. Nothing wrong with a quiet night. Okay, so okay. Glad I got that out of the way. Alright. Target score 271. The A pluses will be, so that means 213, so minus 12 would be the best score that could be had. Okay. So this is A plus, A minus, and B plus. Okay. So gotta get squared away here. So Danny Gallatin will be either minus 12 or minus 11. He'll be minus 12 to start. Rudy Wallace, also minus 12. Carson Rodell, one behind. I don't know why I roll it. I should re-roll it in the box here, huh? Maybe. Okay, just trying to create a little more room here so we get everything as much as we can in the shot. Okay, we'll bring these guys down here. Evan Aldrich, we're going to say at minus 6 anyway, because this is where the B plus is going. He's got to start at minus 6 as far as I'm concerned. Justin Wallace, minus 10. Ji-Woon Ko, also minus 10. So now the A minuses. That will be 7 under for Gareth Leonard. Same for Rance Aberley. Let's do a little. There we go. All right, so now Gil Granbury will be a minus 7. Dustin Emmerich, minus 7. Connor Messick, minus 7. Minus 8 for Heath Summers. So, all right, that's where it's going to... Let's just go ahead and roll Evan Aldrich. There, he got minus 6. That way we don't have no controversy. We do not like controversy in History Maker Golf. Okay. So we've gotten it this far. Where did the other cards go? Over here? No. Uh-oh. There you are. Okay. So, what's left? Hi, Jason. Oh, good, Jason. Hopefully this is keeping you engaged. Well, I want to keep this to about a half an hour, so I'm just going to go ahead and I can kind of do this. I'm still quite a ways ahead. So this is the Potomac. (2018) TGT Course Federal. Okay, so it will be Gallatin and Wallace. Carson Riddell, who is leading the tour in points, 202 minus 11. Then tied for fourth, Justin Wallace and Ji-Woon Ko at minus 10. Then down at minus 8, 205 is going to be Sommers. All lone 6, tied for 7th. Granbury. Emmerich. And Messick. Some big names in that group. Can any of them break away and start to challenge? And then finally Evan Aldrich at minus 6, 207. Okay. Real quick, we'll do the pairings. It'll be Messick and Aldrich. Well, I'm glad that you find some interest in this game, Jason. I wish I had more of a mind for separating things. My daughter can read multiple books at a time, and I'm the kind of guy that has to kind of do things a bit linearly. So that means that, like with this, I kind of have to do things singularly. When I get on a roll, I kind of keep trying to keep rolling it out instead of flipping around. Okay, so I'm going to turn off of the comments here for just a moment because I need to go to my till further notice. List. So we have Carson Riddell, who is gold till further notice, so he is going to... I'm going to set him up with that right now on his card. Have some little markers that I have made up. He got that in by winning the last tournament after having that really lucky roll where he got gold, and if he... I think it's gold, and if you win the tournament after that, it's from the special result charts. Gold, and you win, then you get it till further notice. So he gets to add that to his card right here. Gold. Under putting. Wiles, Aaron's, Emmerich is extra control. So he will get the white 4 always on his side. And then Myung Cho did not make the final pairings, so he does not get anything. And we could have someone take on another till further notice right now when we do the further notice rolls, or the Attorney Perks and Issues rolls. Let's do, I like to do the weather first, and this is going to be in the Mid-Atlantic, so we will call that... We will call that Northern U.S., I think, is what I would label that. And this is in September. 55 is going to be exemplary conditions. So that means that all the daunting and semi-daunting holes get a little bit easier. Take a half quality down. And also follow-up putts are 2 easier. So that means that guys can take chances at their putts. So you know, if you have a difficult putt for birdie, you can roll that and end up at I believe an easy par. So okay, so our order for these perks and issues, it will be Ji-Woon Ko, who is right here, and we will roll this out first. I'm going to get my comments back up just so I can see if anybody has any questions as we keep going. Okay, so perks and issues. We start by the white, like we do in the game. That's 5. That's the trainer issues. Black 1. Lose a choice quality, and it could be till further notice. So we're going to roll this guy. It's not till further notice. So what is his worst quality? He is going to lose shaper. That's not a bad quality, but it's probably the least effectual of the bunch. So he loses that quality. He ends up costing himself one. I need to get these back out again. So probably, you know, I guess we'll have to see if that has any effect on the outcome. I mean, probably relatively minor, but you never know. Let's take this daunting and go just like this right over semi-shaper for now. Okay, so next we've got the leader, Gallatin, or one of the co-leaders. White 1, 2, gain a choice quality, and that could also be till further notice. That's what the question mark means. If it's a yes, it's till further notice. And it is. So he can take on a choice quality. And what he will do is he's going to take semi-gold. So he can raise his quality up 1 point. And that's what he's going to do. He's going to take his semi-rust to semi-gold. And what's that going to do is it's going to knock out Myung Cho's latest. Unless, let me see something. Yeah, that's it. Gain gold semi TFN. So Rudy Wallace, another leader. 5 and 5. You can barely see the first 5. It's there. 5 and 5, he's going to lose a choice semi-quality. So, Wallace, he's going to choose to lose semi-icon over semi-gold. The putting quality is going to be much more impactful to have that half quality than the icon. So, he will keep that. So, he's going to lose... And finally, and that doesn't have any chance for till further notice, it's going to be Carson Rodell, who already has gold till further notice. It's going to have 4 and 4. It's going to be red chips, I believe. Let's see. Start the round with 5 red chips. So that's going to put a little bind on him there. He will have to see if he can bleed some of those off. That's a big... There we go. One, two. Don't know if you can see that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there. That's a big starting point there. So 5 reds. Okay, so I don't think there's any things I have to jot down on this. We can cover them all up with little pieces of paper. So that's where things are going to start for the final round. We only have one of my custom guys, which kind of makes me happy because sometimes I feel like they're a little wider, so there's some skew towards it. So I'm just over half an hour. So I'm just going to go ahead and turn it around and sign off. Probably won't be tomorrow night. Probably won't be Tuesday. So look towards Wednesday night to try to get this going, or not going. I might get it going before that, but to get the final few holes, it will probably be on Wednesday night. So until then, this is Tenacious Earl with the Tenacious Golf Tour, just signing off and saying thanks a lot for checking out this coverage through the third round, and we'll be back at Federal a little later in the week to conclude this tournament, the Baseball Plus.